That's your thing on US.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Idea US 30. Um, I would say is it what's it doing? Is it pumping? So Nas is back at the pretty much the high of yesterday. I mean the high of where the area where it broke off and continue. So it's struggling right here.
All right, what's going on, fam? Um, so yesterday we were looking to sell off the daily break of the zone. Looks like we shifted right back above the area. Looks like we're making this inverted head and shoulders on a lower time frame. Daily candle, excuse me, ended up retracing all the way back above this area here. All right, and closing back above this daily zone. So we're still testing this daily area. Um, I wouldn't look for sells until we get a clear break below. As
Yeah.
of right now,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
saying I was saying no sells until it
Yeah.
breaks the below
Yeah.
the one we had yesterday. Like the wick right there at the
Yeah.
bottom. Unless like it started like coming down, closing below that, then we still can see there are some seller in here. But until then, I think Bull is gonna might take it today.
All right. Give me one second. So, let's see if we hold at this area here, kind of like in the shift potential double bottom we're getting. So if we hold, let's see if we can continue pushing back up, maybe to the next zone here.
Yeah, the lower the better. All right.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Bryce?
Yo, trying to catch these buys.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
enticed. I'm enticed to look at this buy right now. That's where the 88 six zone is right now.
I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting for a little bit lower.
Yeah,
We might
yeah.
get it. Yeah, that's all I'm waiting for. If we don't get it, it's all good. I just want to take a trade. I'm looking for a little bit lower, maybe another retest of that daily 88.6.
Okay, okay.
From what swing
All
low?
right. We get a little reaction off that 88 zone where Roy marked. I was in a small position. Let's see if this will keep going. Make it a wick.
We do have PMI in 4 minutes too. I don't know how much of
Okay, all right.
mover they'll make.
If this thing crashes to the top, I'm closing it full. I'm in this position at 23.40.
The beautiful inverse head and shoulders too.
Beautiful, beautiful. Make this a wick, bro. Getting my get back from yesterday. All right, all right. I'm closing two here and let one run. All right. Let's go. If this thing's break this little resistant right now, it's coming back up. Break 670. If it close above 467, you can see this uh
Where's
bullish
the
momentum
wicket?
start taking its place because the wick is getting bigger now on the higher time frame.
What's up, fellas? Ah,
Yo, I'm in that buy from the bottom where the when you mark the zone, the 88.
brother, big surprise, right? Big surprise. The zone hit.
I took it.
Yo, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Are we streaming?
Yes.
Okay. What's up, everybody sitting at home on YouTube? Yes, you guessed it. We're back. Got a lot to catch up on, a lot of moving parts. America's winning. That's probably the most important piece. What else is there? Oh yeah, that's probably the biggest one. We got world peace achieved within 2 months of a new president. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Markets going through a bit of a correction, pretty normal. I think that I was explaining this on the members only stream earlier this morning. Anyone who's holding large amounts of, let's say, either stocks, crypto, any risk asset, in order to offload your position, like to sell off 50 million, 100 million, $500 million worth, you need buyers on the other side. And so I think a lot of hype got created. There was a Trump tweet that got everybody moving. It was used as an opportunity to kind of entice a lot of retail to start buying. And then we saw a massive sell-off in cryptos, in stocks, everything in between. So I think it's very natural. I think we might have some more downside coming, But I was explaining this earlier this morning. We have a very simple range. You guys mind if I get the screen share real quick? Let's go. Everybody see my screen? Okay. So this is the markup that we had. I was explaining this very simple concept from the NASDAQ class, highs and lows. That's all it is. So we have a larger range right here, and then we have a mini range forming right here. Now, on the higher time frames, we are at an area of daily support. So that's one of the biggest sort of, I would say, like confirmations for the trade. But with that being said, whenever we're trading inside of these smaller time frame zones, it's going to be a scalp. So, like I said, the lower the time frame, the lower the duration of the trade. And so we're not going to be entering here and then expecting it to go to our 4 hour targets. If we get a 4 hour entry, which is a little bit lower, if we get a 4 hour entry, then you can look for a 4 hour take profit, potentially even higher. So if you're trading inside the larger range, then you can basically watch on whatever time frame that you're taking the trades on, or take the trades on whatever time frame you're analyzing on. So if it's going to be a 4 hour trade, don't get in here to the 5 minute and 15 minute and then start scalping. You'll be out before the real move happens. And so instead, maybe lower your risk and then just have that higher duration. If you want to scalp, then this range that we marked off earlier this morning is going to be an in and out. Let me show you guys some specific levels here. All right. Get the Fibonacci retracement tool out. All right, so we're having closures, and we've already technically hit that TP1. All right, so if you did take the trade at the 886, there was a lot of opportunities to take partial profits. You guys know how the drill goes. After TP1, everything after that is extra credit. And so if the market comes down for one more test of that entry, there's a potential chance to enter again. And then if the market breaks these highs right here, then it'll come back in to retest, maybe closer to that original entry we had, or maybe a bit higher, and then continue to the upside. As long as you have your range, it's buy low and sell high. If it violates the range, look for that secondary entry zone. Pretty simple stuff. All right. Any questions you guys have about what's happening in the world? Is the world falling apart? What's happening? He said, welcome back, my boy Chris Brown. Mel, yeah, you thought I forgot about you? That's crazy. Gold has been moving funny. I'll take a look at gold. Let's actually do a quick trip. Entries, pretty risky re-entry when you're trading in the smaller zones. So we're on the, let's call it the 30-minute right here. We have a small range. All right. Now, personally, not trading today. You guys can hear I'm a little bit under the weather, but this is an entry I would take 9 times out of 10. Just a heads up. That re-entry looking good. If you are going to re-enter, it's got to be scalps. So adjust your expectations for the reality of, the setup that's right here. This second zone, oof, that's pips. You guys can do the math. All right, let's take a tour around the world and see what's going on here. Different currencies. Got to start with the dollar. Got to start with the dollar. Wow. Sheesh. All right, last stream that we did, or the last stream that I personally did, we had marked off two options. Looks like option one played out. And of course, the super secret magnet indicator, undefeated, undisputed, comes in clutch again. 107.523 gets used as that retest level. Clean drop through all these secondary zones. And now we're stopping at the 104.551. We're doing a quick pit stop here. looks like the dollar has a lot more room to go. Right? I say that if we don't just consolidate here, if it consolidates a little bit, kind of fakes, and then starts to break, this thing is pushing all the way to the downside for a reset. I think this would be really, really healthy, but also would mean that US 30, NASDAQ, crypto, all of that is going to boom because of their counter correlation to the US dollar. So USD going down, we have Euro USD going back up. All right, playing in the ranges, playing in the ranges, playing in the ranges. Now we just climb back above this consolidation area. This thing lasted basically almost a year. The market consolidated, had this beautiful fake to the upside, fake to the downside. Now the market, my target for Euro USD right now is 1.094, but mostly expecting the market to go back up to 1.11. All right, all the way back to these September 2024 highs. Let's do gold real quick. Yeah, scalp on gold, 29.41. Pretty easy. You have high of the range right here, low of the range right here. That put the entry at 29.42. All right, so if you're patient enough to wait, this could be a tomorrow move, maybe even Friday. But honestly, with the way the markets are moving on stocks, gold could make that push up today. If it does, wait till it gets to the entry spot, maybe even wait for this double top formation. Because as you guys know, gold very volatile around those entry zones. There we go. Everybody clear on Nas? We good?
Yeah. What's going on, Roy?
Sorry, buddy.
Glad to have you back.
Brother, it's good to be back. I'm telling you, man. There's world peace again. Ukraine will come to an end, right? Middle East, big question mark, right? But it's over there. Most people still don't know where it is on the map. So people can go back to just, you know what I'm saying, taking care of the responsibilities. And I just want to do a reminder for everybody. Number one, yes, masterclass website, link, bio, check it out. Second, land of opportunity. Crypto is about to boom. Just off the fact that we are now prioritizing not only deregulating crypto, but really becoming a global leader in crypto. So if we've been having these bull runs with the bullshit regulations that have been around, I can't imagine what's going to happen when we are
Yeah.
the industry leader in crypto. And so use these opportunities. If you see massive price dumps, don't fuck this up. All right, cool. The red lines are sell zones. The green lines are buy zones. Let me know if you guys have questions about market action or anything. If not, boys, it's all yours.
You better hop off.
No, I'm chilling here. I got some work to do, but I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. Um, no, matter of fact, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just stay on here until this trade pops off. This is option one. I'm confident we get one more push back up to the upside, kind of close to like, I mean, shit, we could even get 100 points off this trade. If it does break through, there's another scalping opportunity here. This one's way fatter, so bit of a wider stop loss, but also bigger opportunity. We got trade one and then trade two. And then there's shorts up here and then shorts right here. Dude, this financial news. Y'all drop a like on this stream. Let's get this thing out. Let's remind people that we're back on lives. Patience pays. Omi, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be
All
back
right.
in like 5 minutes. You want to take over screen share? Or actually, matter of fact, just let this run, bro.
You can just leave it. We can just chit chat over
Yeah, this is HD. This is quality entertainment,
it.
bro. This shit might win an Oscar.
This
Okay, keep
rejection right now is kind of juicy. It doesn't want to come break down.
Yeah, personally, I'm still waiting.
Hey, Bryce.
Yo,
I do want to see it close in 4 minutes though before I take any trade. Oh, there you go. Wow.
Stop filled.
Stop, Phil. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had like a mini position on it. Like one contract.
Squeaky fingers.
Nah,
Sticky,
it was just
sticky.
on the account. Honestly, didn't even only lost like what 200 on it.
Yeah.
Bro, this equity threshold, man, I'm not liking it.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not liking it at all.
Can't risk as much the next day. You have to like the next day after like a loss like that, you gotta kind of scalp a little bit back, bro. A little bit. Don't try to go for like big to get it all back at one time. You gotta chunk it up. Oh, it's coming right back to that zone where we shorted, bro, yesterday. This is sickening. You couldn't do that yesterday? Where's all these sellers coming from?
I mean, the main reason I just didn't take that buy up at the top there is just felt like it was more towards the top of the range. Just
Uh,
wanted to see that lower.
yeah. Roy was saying scalp. I was agreeing,
Yeah,
yeah. If you want to take that like a buy, it's a quick scalp.
yeah,
Once you're in profit, take it, bro. It doesn't need to go all the way back up.
yes, sir.
Like that wick was enough. It was like 100. Yeah, it was like 100 point.
Yeah.
Now it's playing again.
All right, I'm back. What happened? Whoa. Whoa. Ooh, let's get surgical. All right, we got a zone right here. Nice. One second, y'all. Ooh, patience pays. This goes right.
Oh my, that volume. Holy.
Patience pays.
Woo. Sitting
Eesh.
right at
There we
10.
go. There we go.
Gosh,
Right at
dang, that
10.
was crazy.
Is it, Bryce? Is it
Not
really
really.
that
Not
crazy?
really.
It's like that. You sound shocked.
I thought the news already came out. Was that just after?
Brother,
Nah,
brother,
just there's
we are
news at
the news.
10.
We are the news. All right, news flash. It's us. We're five.
Oh, I see. I see. That's when he said it's
There
us.
you go.
It's just big steppers. All right, ADP non-farm employment change 77, the least accurate metric of all time of all history. If anyone's actually looking at this, they're not. Um, so I guess it's just an excuse to pump volume, which is exactly what's happening. Now, ladies and gents, you guys see TP1 got hit. All right, so let's be responsible here. Everything after this is extra credit. You want to leave something to ride on the table, go for it. If you're on Apex, don't let the drawdown hit you where the good Lord split you. All right. If you guys want to take some partials now, everything after this is going to be extra credit. If it does crash, this will be a pretty good zone for a nice retest and drop. So if I were in this trade, which I'm not, right, for clarification, I would definitely be taking my partials now, and then I would definitely leave maybe 20% of my position still open, whatever that might look like. If you guys are limited to how much you can split, and be 50-50, or just cut the whole thing if you're in that kind of spot. So, not financial advice, of course. Please consult a licensed financial professional. I'm just a guy on your screen saying stuff, you know? So you can do whatever you want with that information. Good morning,
A
Max.
guy with a few licenses.
Yo, Hot Dusty 3000. First off, you ever make me read a goofy name like that again, you're getting kicked off the stream. News at 10 ISM Services PMI. Let's see. I mean, to be honest, positive, positive. This is not really the real story. The ADP non-farm employment. Look, ADP is a private company. They do a lot of processing for people's direct deposits for their paychecks. Uh, Wildly inaccurate. I saw somebody propose yesterday when Trump was talking about using the United States Postal Service to go and create a census and go get a much more accurate read. Because most of these non-NFP kind of predictions are made off of sampling. They take a group of not enough businesses, ask them a survey of questions, and then use that to extrapolate that out as if it was representative of the overall economy, which very rarely it is. If we just look at the predictions versus the actual, I don't think uh I think they have a hit rate of like 3%. If we look at like 100 of the past releases, they'll probably have like five that were in the ballpark. Everything else wildly inaccurate. But this means that this Friday, as usual, the first Friday of every month, we have NFP. Okay, so the first one is more of a prediction. This one is going to be the actual number, which is still inaccurate, but okay. The real story is going to be the headline unemployment rate. What percentage of the population who is able and willing to work is unemployed? That's going to be a pretty big mover, especially in an economy where Trump has promised tons of job gains, GDP growth, and obviously just productivity growth in general. All right, next week, pretty busy. We'll talk about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's head down to the smaller time frames. Yeah, a little bit of patience here. A little bit of patience.
If you're in Apex, they might not pay you right there. That was at 10. When it's like that, they'll say it's you trading during news.
Yeah, within a specific time of the news. So if you're holding trades through the news, actually they changed that rule. But if you're taking trades right at the news,
Yeah,
then
right at the
that's
news,
some
you're
problem.
not. Yeah, they're
But if
not.
you
They're
hit the
not
buy
gonna be.
button right at 10 a.m., fam, right when the news dropped, and you ain't read the bylaws, fam, we got a bigger problem than these trades, man. Come on. People got to know this. If you trade on a prop firm, the number one thing, first, don't violate the maximum loss, whatever that is, right? That's rule number one. Rule number two, they probably got some rules around news. All right, so everybody, it ain't worth it. Couple like 40, 50 more pips just to say you traded today at the risk of losing the account. No, no. There's nothing wrong with waiting for a retest either. But yeah, this is pretty split. Once price is in a range, it's buy low, sell high. Green zones are buy, red zones are sell. We'll see if it plays all the way up. If it doesn't and crashes down, there's another buying opportunity here. But it'll very likely do the same thing. It'll come down, give us a nice rejection, and then continue to crash to the downside. But you can buy at each of those levels and make a pretty good living off. Or if you're us, make a killing.
I
Right?
like to buy low, sell high.
Brother, we buy tops. Max, make the shirts. He said, get the press.
Yo, Roy, where'd you draw that fit from?
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
But I don't even want to say it out loud. Is that the 1 minute? Because I have to go find it's body to wick, right? But it's the body
Of the 1 minute.
of the 1 minute.
You're getting real surgical.
Brother, what you thought this was like? This is Grey's Anatomy.
Getting
All right.
microscopical.
Microscopic. Even that's not even like fully accurate. The second one is though. That's the most important one. This you got the larger range, which is this. You got the medium range, which is here's the high and here's the low. So you got your sell up here, you got your buy down here. And then you have the small range right here. Right? Where you have the buy right here and the sell right here. So we can trade this box and then this box and then this box. Now, what we talked about in NASDAQ 2.0 is if you're trying to trade the big box, you want to get an entry down here. Then you'll use this impulse to get an even more accurate entry, to get an 88.6 of that medium range. And then you can even use this smaller range here to find an extension level that matches, like the 1.17. And now you have 3 fibs all lining up, scaling down to the smaller time frames, getting the most accurate entry you possibly can if it does decide to ever see that zone again. Which, big question mark on that. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you took this trade, or just say I took the trade, or just post your profits, post a screenshot, post a picture. He said it's personal. I don't know, bro. I don't take nothing personal anymore. All right. Everything is it is. Right? It is what it is.
The
And
1 hour looks like it's gonna close strong.
We need
bro,
that pullback, and then we end.
it ain't over till it's over. I'm gonna tell you guys a little. This is fucking story time. All right, because this is one of the most impactful. I don't say like parables, or I don't even know what you would call this thing. But listen, old China, everyone's at war, barbarians at the gates, village by village. Some of them untouched, some of them quiet. This is one of them in the story I'm about to tell you. All right, kid out in the prairie, they got a farm. Boom, wild horse appears. Crazy horses, mad expensive. Runs up to the dad. Says, Dad, wild horse. This is great news. Now the dad have wrinkles on his face, scars on his back. He's wisdom, right? He looks at his son. He says, "We'll see." Right? Kid's excited about the horse. Right? Next day, kid's riding the horse, no saddle, falls off this thing. Boom! Shatters his leg. Crazy. Mom runs out, frantic. Looks at the dad. This is horrible. This is the worst thing ever. Dad looks at her, wrinkles on his face, scars on his back, with all the wisdom in his eyes, says, we'll see. Right? Kid, broken leg, shattered. People laughing at him. They're signing his cast. Next day, Chinese army shows up to the village to grab anyone who's able and willing to fight. Not even willing, anyone who's able-bodied to fight. They look at old cripple McGeezer over here looking like Walter White's son from Breaking Bad, and they say, no, you can't go fight. You got to stay back here. Boom, dodge the draft. Bone spurs. Okay? Everyone in the family's looking at the dad, saying, this is great. Our son just dodged the draft. We get to keep our only son because, it's our firstborn. Wrinkles on his face, scars on his back, blood, sweat, and tears on his brow. Says, we'll see. Right? Next day, Genghis Khan pulls up, fucks up the whole village. Everything is burned to the ground. Nothing is left alive. That's the moral of the story. You never know until it's over. All right. So with trading, be patient. You look at a rejection. Oh, this could be it. Oh, this looks good. Be the wise man in the chair. All right. We'll see. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Whatever the saying is, man. I'm not trying to get canceled. Some fat lady was singing, and there was a fork inside of something, and you guys get the drill. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if that analogy made sense. Right? Don't pull the cart before the horse. There's a million ways to say this, but anytime you find yourself getting excited or a little bit anxious, like, oh, what if this happens? Or, oh, I think this is happening. You don't fucking know. You are basically expressing you're projecting your current expectations and your current experience into an expectation of the future being the exact same, just having a linear path. Oh, it's going my way and might keep going my way. But I ain't nothing, right? No. So have open expectations, say anything can happen, and then prepare for the things that you can't control. Or how do you prepare for things you can't control? I don't know if it's going to go up or down. I don't know if this candle is going to wick aggressively and just become a massive red candle. Nobody knows. So with that information, what do? You prioritize risk management versus, let's say, greed. Trying to take a late entry right now or whatever it is. No, risk management says if anything can happen, unless it comes back and gives me a better entry, I'm not going to enter. And if I've already made money, then I'm not going to give it back. Okay, so choosing not to trade is way easier than predicting the next move. So instead of predicting, we're not reacting, we're responding. All right. I've heard a lot of like trading gurus say this, but like don't react or what's it called? Don't predict, react. No, reaction's important. You do have to be flexible, but we're not really reacting because that has like an implication that you're being impulsive. We're responding in kind to the information the market's providing us. So once that candle closes, that's the market printing a fact. Until then, if y'all out here trusting these candles, man, have not been around long enough. Christine, it's early in the morning. There was a fat lady and there was a fork, and then the story was done. And you know what I'm saying? I got close. I think that we should be focused on the first part of that lesson, right? The expectations and the sort of having that stoic mindset instead of focusing on the fat lady because fat shaming is unacceptable in this chat. Unless I do it, right? Because I'm equal opportunity. You guys get the drill.
I was
Anybody?
gonna say since when?
Well, Bryce,
Yo,
if I'll roast skinny people, I'll roast fit people, everybody can get it, right? I'm just miserable, I guess. Like I'm not even a hater, right? Like, that's why they can't even call me racist. They can't call me sexist. None of this stuff. I hate everybody. I'm just miserable, right? Like I'm gonna pull a Bill Burr. Just get away with anything. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Cool. YouTube chat drier than a fucking KFC biscuit. Wait, no. You guys get the drill. Something really dry.
Popcorn fart.
Then a what?
Drier than a popcorn fart.
Bro, I
Whoa.
like them biscuits dry.
Bro, first off,
No water.
okay, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the level of mental illness you have to succeed. Take notes, right? You gotta be sick, right? He said, "Oh, I fuck with the dry biscuits, no water, brother." Honestly, we should have never closed the asylums. I'm telling you right now. Back in the day, somebody with a lab coat come take you away.
They said
Now,
lobotomy for you, sir.
nowadays, you just get some TikTok followers and a fucking badge. They give you a plaque and a fucking YouTube ad money. What a time. All right. Um, let's see. Anything else that's interesting? Fed Chair Powell is speaking on Friday. This could tell me something stupid. University of Chicago Booth School of Business speaking about U.S. monetary policy forum. Okay, U.S. monetary policy forum. But you guys want to watch the 50th version of Jerome Powell sitting down, saying a lot but not saying anything? Who knows? Might tune in. I'm just sitting here praying one of these days he says something. He's like, well, our inflation expectations are still on target. But do we expect you to get up here and tell us everything's fucked up? Hey, everything's fucked up. It's all broken. No. All right, we know what you're gonna say. What the fuck is the point of you even coming up here and saying it? They're like, yeah, we're still on track to beat inflation and to get the economy exactly where it needs to be. Love it. You said that the last 5 years. Let me remind you guys, 2018, inflation crisis. Jerome Powell raises interest rates. Markets crash. Kind of leads to sort of pre-COVID comeback that Trump had to basically engineer. Then we had COVID. Massive printing. Massive, massive, massive. This is the famous phrase that's going to basically define Jerome Powell's tenure as Fed chairman is the word transitory, where when inflation was peaking at 5%, 6%, it didn't end up peaking to like 9, but it was with 5 or 6%. Jerome Powell was convincing everybody that inflation was transitory and this is going to pass. Now, I don't know about you guys, the inflation is still around everywhere, except for assets, which is coming very soon. And so that period, massive blunder. Then we have helping the Treasury print a $2 trillion omnibus bill in the summer of 2022 when inflation was already at 6% and driving inflation up to 9%, which is ridiculous. All right. Ray Charles could have saw that one coming. I didn't mean to bring him into this. Right. It was so obvious that with 6% inflation, the highest that we've had in over 25 years, maybe 30 years up until that point, you want to print another $2 trillion and call it here's the funny part. The Inflation Reduction Act. So the bill that basically caused inflation is called the Inflation Reduction Act. Right? It's like there's a bill to set people's house on fire, just set fires randomly. Right? And it's the Fire Prevention Act. Love it. Great name. Fire Prevention Act, Fire Prevention and Safety Act. Oh, you're against fire prevention and safety? Right? Meanwhile, they're the ones out here starting the fires. Madness. And so, long story short, Jerome Powell has been a very confident and optimistic Fed chairman up until this point. Nothing he said came true except for the Goldilocks scenario or the soft landing. The soft landing, like, bro, this is not. You guys seen those videos lately? I don't know why I've been. This is what like Twitter has come to. I'm getting plain malfunction videos, and it's always right before I fly, and I just fucking turn off Twitter. But if you guys have seen those, that's basically the soft landing that Jerome Powell had. We did get headline inflation meaningfully down. Really, it's from two things. Number one, cost of housing. Number two is sort of engineering the price of gas. Energy, housing, those are the two biggest costs. And so you get those two down artificially so you can kind of mess with the interest rates to bring housing prices up or down, incentivize borrowing and incentivize demand for housing. And you can also impact, I mean, the Fed could basically turn this thing on and off. Long story short, he engineered it. We did get inflation down, even though it was kind of manufactured. We did get productivity growth back up, but now we're sort of flat. We see the top 7 names in the NASDAQ. basically not flat, but that consistent growth that we've been seeing that is expected from those sort of heavyweights in the stock market, we sort of plateaued there. And I just think that this is a nice, healthy correction for this next big boom, which is inevitable and bound to happen. All right. Jerome Powell gets to keep his job, which means he's probably going to play nice with Trump, which means he's probably going to lower interest rates. Now, there's a benefit to lowering interest rates besides just we all get to borrow shit for cheaper. You guys realize how much money we pay to foreign governments that buy U.S. debt? Right? I'm retarded enough to actually I've been going through these numbers. People, if you want to get like if you just want to get sad, go look at how much money we are paying China every year in interest payments. That means our tax money. Because they're printing the money for our federal budget deficit. So they're all this money we're spending on all these omnibus bills and shit, that's all printed money. That's debt we will have to pay back later. Where are we getting the money to pay the interest, which is real money that we owe people, to China and to fucking Russia and anybody that owns our, I don't know if Russia's allowed to own our debt, but you guys get the drill. That's insane. Tens of billions of dollars paid out from our taxpayer money, the interest on debt that foreign governments have paid instead of that money recircling into the economy. So the very sensitive game is being played here where Trump is trying to raise taxes on the external revenue service. So basically from outside nations, anybody that we have a trade deficit with, basically just try to even out the scoreboard by taxing their goods as highly as they tax ours. Now, if they all lower their taxes on American-made goods, then we win. I don't know if you guys notice, you go to foreign countries and you barely see American cars. You'll see tons of German cars, tons of Japanese cars. In Europe, you'll see French cars and everything else, but it's very rare to have American cars out there. Why? Because the import tax is so high. And so imagine incentivizing an environment where, okay, we won't levy taxes on Germany, but they will in turn lower taxes on American-made cars. And now we start exporting more. And now Americans are getting jobs here in manufacturing. And now we're becoming a net exporter to these other countries, kind of balancing out that trade deficit. Okay. Massive wick. It's not over till it's over. This is not looking too hot though. If you guys are holding this trade praying for dear life, just know these ain't the best cards you want to be holding right now. That wick, very aggressive. Second buy entry sitting right here. Wait for the market to wick through. Layer your entries, right? So you would enter, and if the market is in drawdown, you're able to enter again. But if the market is in profits, don't go entering more trades in profits. It's gonna fuck up your entry. It's gonna fuck up your average entry price. Just be smart. Not financial advice. Gabby Pilot is back. He's happy to have you back on the stream. You already know, man. I know. It's like, no, I appreciate it. Good to be back. Unless U.S. production rises sharply, tariff looks like a bad policy. All right, well, you guys, Sal said it. Everybody, pack up your bags. We're all fucked. Bryce, we're moving to Colombia. Guys, Sal said it. We're cooked. Tariffs, bad policy. But do you understand who's in that fucking room making policy decisions right now? Adults. Adults are back in charge. All right? We had fucking the Weenie Hut Jr. 6 months ago running us into World War III. These guys know what they're doing. None of these tariffs are going to stick. Okay, these are all negotiating tactics. If I tell you that I'm going to fuck your economy up overnight, all you got to do is send 10,000 troops to your border. Guess how fast you're going to send troops to your border? In the case of Canada and Mexico, less than 24 hours. These are negotiating tactics to get people to do shit they should already be doing. And if you got to dangle the carrot or the stick in front of them, we'd much rather dangle the carrot, give you something to look forward to in our cooperation. However, if we have to incentivize you to protect both of our borders against fentanyl trafficking, which is killing the number one cause of death of U.S. adults age 18 to 34 is fentanyl overdose. All right, that is a national emergency. And so if Canada don't want to send their troops that are already mandated to be there, and Mexico as well, then guess what? We'll dangle some tariffs. And then they all folded. And then Zelensky said the same shit. He was talking big. He was interrupting Trump. His PR people sat him down and said, Zelensky, America's right, but yeah, we don't have the cards, right? We got to stop acting crazy. Do we want a million more Ukrainians to die and have no country to rebuild? Or do we want to stop the killing? And so a lot of people get offended by Trump's words. I'm gonna give you guys the rule of advice. Just give it a couple days. Whatever Trump says, 36 hours. Wait on it. Sleep on it. All right. Believe actions, not words. And definitely don't believe the words if they're coming from the mainstream media. Now, on the side of tariffs, listen, I like the idea of getting rid of the IRS and implementing the External Revenue Service. But if fucking France wants to pay my taxes, why the fuck am I going to say no? Hold on. Thought experiment, right? If Moldova wants to pay my state income tax, who am I to resist, right? They're acting so great. They're offering graciously and kindly, right? So I don't know. Implications. Do we have to build stuff here in America? Will that mean that we have to hire American workers to do American labor in order to produce American-made goods that we then export to other nations? Oof. How are we going to live with that? With Americans getting jobs in America made for Americans, making American stuff that we're selling to not Americans? Sounds like a fucking disaster. Thank God the last administration had their eye on the ball. $27 million for Iraqi Sesame Street. That's what they were spending it on. All right. So if people say, oh, tariffs might be dangerous, you know what's dangerous? You guys want to know what's dangerous? The transgender health clinics in Micro Polynesia. Motherfucker, if one person on here can find me in Micro Polynesia without going on the internet, I promise you I'll get you a free seat in this masterclass. You don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. That's about $17 million for what's it called? Zambian sedentary minerals. What the fuck does that even mean? Right? But no. But if Trump wants to implement tariffs in order to get some border security, which he campaigned on, it might be negative for the economy. $27 million for Iraqi Sesame Street? But give me a score out of 1 to 10. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Don't be afraid. We're doing an open vote, 1 to 10. How good you guys think that show turned out? $27 million. But I'll reproduce The Sims. I'll remake The Office for $27 million. I would star in all 5 of the characters on Friends for $27 million. A budget for Sesame Street, right? Now we gotta now it's a little now we're getting into the realm of like, okay, some it's a little shady. Where'd the money go? $27 million. But I put on the fucking Elmo costume and go, right, do the voice. But in Iraqi. 27 million is crazy. People, on a scale of 1 to 10, you guys think that show turned out well? 10 being the highest score you can give. Iraqi Sesame Street. Worth the money or not? I know y'all worked I know y'all worked long hours, man. I know y'all have paid your taxes. I know they came back for some of them. I know some of them are due. I know taxes are a real thing. They snag it out the check. Do you guys feel like the Iraqi Sesame Street was a good use of your money? Yay or nay? Blind vote. Heads up, 7 up. Right? No judgment here.
-3.
But but horrendous use of my funds. All right. Horrendous use of I could have burned this money and at least I would have been warm for 10 minutes.
Yeah, what's going on? This Sam? Yeah, what's up, man? Good morning. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm geeking, buddy's getting to work. All right. Yeah, man, Iraqi Sesame Street. Brother, I've seen Iraqi shows. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know there's some Iraqis listening to this, bro. Y'all know good and damn well. Number one, Iraqi Sesame Street. Let's stop there. But 27 million? Come on. Someone's kid's getting sent to college. Someone's wife is getting a Chanel. All right, well, this is boring my patience. Ladies and gents, Patience pays. Only enter at predetermined areas. It's not about being in the trade. It's about getting a great execution. And so if you miss the trade, it's not about hopping in because you think it's going to leave without you, right? The entry is the entry for a reason. R&R makes sense only when you apply it correctly. That's how the math adds up to having a better R&R, to having a better overall win rate. So be disciplined, wait for the right zones, and keep crushing it. I got some meetings to get to. Jacob, appreciate you guys putting this on. Yeah, if you guys are watching this at home, God bless America. And also, this thing probably has one more push back up to the 61 fib. And then if it crashes back down, wait for the market to break through. You can get your first entry below the zone. And then on the retest is your second entry. All right. Don't enter too many entries at a time. Don't sit there and second guess yourself too much. And then don't enter right at the zone either, expecting a perfect rejection. This game is all about patience, and an extra couple seconds, extra 15, 30 seconds, an extra couple minutes could be the make or break between, a 3-to-1 trade and a 4.5-to-1. Right? Just by waiting for a better entry. Stop loss stays the same, TP stays the same. That's how we win. All right, y'all. Take it easy, everybody. Peace. Sign up for the masterclass if you guys want to hang out and learn a thing or two. All right.
The
Boom. Peace.